Yes, it is. It's me. And I'm here because there's some walls that are not done being painted yet. And I feel like it's my responsibility in life to make sure that all walls are painted. I think we're gonna get started on that in a second. I just got a sudden momentary bug up my butt to try to fix this bottom of this tripod. It's supposed to have this little metal circle around the bottom of it so that it can't come all the way off of it, but that metal circle broke off, and so now I'm gonna try to jury rig a solution that's not going to work at all. Because I like to do stupid things that are a waste of my time. Okay, let's not do that. How about that instead? So what we'll be doing is not a stupid waste of my time. Well, we will be painting. We'll be painting the walls like nobody's business. Except for painters. Like painters is business, but nobody else than painters have that business. Brought a trash can over here today, so that's going to make it possible for me to throw stuff away since I emptied the previously full little trash can now into the big trash can. Yiggity ya, yaggity you, and so forth and so on and so such. But today we need to pour more of this tan colored paint and finish that bedroom. I've got this roller right here that I have kept wet with both water and saran wrap. So I didn't want like the top side of the roller to be sticking out of the water and dry out. Cause I like this roller. Yes, it's a bit of a hefty boy, which means that rolling with a roller is tiring anyway, right? But this one's even more tiring because it's an extra big roller. However, it's also the case that it gets paint up on the wall faster because it holds more paint. And this is specifically for rough surfaces. Now, the surface we're painting isn't particularly rough, but it's not entirely smooth either, so I think this is a good choice. I'm try to get all the water off now, or a substantial amount of it off. It doesn't have to be perfect. Now I'll put this one in the tray over here. Hello, Sam Gloves. I know you like gloves. I've heard about that before from you. You have an interest in the gloving arts. The Art of Gloves by Sam Gloves. Hi, I'm Sam Gloves. If you're like me, you like gloves a lot. And if you don't like gloves a lot, what the hell is wrong with you? Alright, now we're going to pour the paint. But before we can pour any paint, we're going to need to shake and then open the paint because we're on to a new gallon. Yes, that's right. My beloved and gorgeous wife Rachel is here with me today. She decided to join us on our painting live stream. All right. Normally I need to stir it up. I gotta go get the other can of paint over here. Okay. So this, I guess, is the trim we got. This is the blue. Put this back here. But this is the other gallon of orange. I suspect it's going to take this full gallon of orange, or tan, whatever you want to call it, to finish covering the wall in that one bedroom. 2 gallons is a lot for one bedroom, but it's a lighter color going over a darker color, so naturally it's going to have a little bit higher of a coverage requirement. All right, now, last time I put this thing in here, do I want to get it out? Let's see.
Crab with the knife says, you're painting? I'm literally a painter by trade, haha.
Ah, well, I'm sure you would do a better job than I am doing, because I am not a professional painter, but I do have quite a bit of experience painting. But we're painting this rental property. We bought this house to rent out as a vacation rental, and we're repainting it. I'm repainting it. So I'm not hiring anybody to do it. I'm just doing it myself, because it's one of those things that I can do. Because like I said, I have a lot of experience in painting. Even though I'm no pro, I've actually worked with a guy who did, among other things, painting before for a little while. But that's not where I really learned about painting. What I really learned about painting was my parents also owned rental properties that when I was a kid I had to go up and do a lot of painting on those. And you learn some of the rules of painting, such as keep as tidy a paint can as you can. Don't have drips all over your paint can. And drips in your paint job, like on the wall and stuff, are completely unacceptable. I mean, it's sometimes hard to make sure you have 0 drips, but you really should have 0 drips. And I am making an effort to adhere to / uphold the standards of a real painter. All right. So I've shaken this, yes. Now I'm going to open it with my opening key. And there. Put this lid back on. There's a little bit of leftover here. You can use the rest of that little bit of leftover from the bottom of that can for touch-ups and so forth. All right, now we'll simply put this down here, like so.
Crab with the knife says, looks like you've got everything taped off correctly from here. You're right about drips and a clean can. Working out of an 1/8 full can helps. Don't be afraid of loading your brush / roller though.
Oh, I'm not. I understand that the point is to get paint on the walls. It's not to spend all day trying to squeeze every little last bit of paint out of your roller. I'm not here to save paint. This doesn't seem to be going on properly, but whatevs. I'm just gonna ditch this thing. More trouble than it's worth. I use these toilet paper to wipe off my fingers. I also have some paint rag here that I could use.
I love you.
I love you too, darling. And now we're going to pour probably most of this gallon directly. I'm going to go try to get as much of it as we can. There. That's a pretty clean pour without that spinning, you know. Not bad for a thingless pour.
Media says I love you all too. The heart face.
Cool. The heart is the universal symbol of love.
Outlets are usually taped to not drag on you. Just have to be careful.
Yeah, I felt virtuous just taking the plates off. So I'm not gonna bother. I did tape a couple of them actually, I think. But I got a little lazy. Alright. Now we are off to the bedroom, which is where we're going to be doing this paint. I'm going to take this and then come back for you because I don't want to spill it. Okay, I'm back for you. Now, because this paint tray is so full, I decided to bring this little table in here. Because, yes, I can put this paint tray on this step stool, but it barely fits. So, I think it's safer to put it on there. I don't need this step stool because I'm tall, so, but I might use it at some point, so I'll just put it in the closet. Now, next order of business, take off this jacket. I don't think I'll be using my big pusher thing, so I'll put this in the closet too. Alright, next I'm going to take out this jacket. Okay. Alright, now I'm ready. I'm ready for painting. We're ready for painting. Because you and I and we're all together on this, okay? This is as much your responsibility as it is mine. So let's start being responsible today by taping off this window, which I have not taped off yet. Won't take very long. Put these in the closet. Let me just take this tape here. We're just going to go along here. It's a lot easier to do this if you tear the tape off of the roll of tape. If you try to do it like I was doing it, that's called the dumb way. Okay. I don't think I'm going to tape off the inside part of this because, well, yeah, now I could tape it here. There. Okay. No space big enough for how I feel. The worst place is the one where I deal. 'Cause I love you more than I can love myself. Mama said don't fall in love again. She remembers all that I forget. And I try so hard I can't outrun myself. Strawberry chainsaw, you're the treat. One day you're harsh and then you're sweet. And that's okay, that's fine with me. No woman ever could compete. I best believe that they can try, but I don't want someone else. 'Cause I'm more than sure you're the one. That song I was just singing is called Strawberry Chainsaw. And it's by a wonderful artist named Johnny, spelled Jawny. I highly recommend him to any people who require genius of their music. Well, you won't be disappointed by that guy. Instead, you'll say to others, have you heard the good news? And then you'll pay it forward by sharing the wonderful music of this wonderful artist with them as I have shared with you today. Alright, now we just have one more edge to tape here on this part. I still got a tape here, but that's not rubbish. I got to tape underneath it, I guess, too. Well, yes, we have to tape it underneath, even though you'll only see that if you are very, very short or you bend over, but people bend over all the time. For a variety of reasons. Get your mind out of the gutter. We're going to start singing that song to you. Promiscuous boy. Don't be a promiscuous boy, okay? Otherwise, when it's time to get married, your wife's going to just say, no, I don't want you because you're a slut. Alright, now we're going to get this part here. Alright, we'll get this part here. With a tape here and a tape there. Here, tape, there, tape, everywhere, a tape. Old McEric painted walls. Painto, paint. For those of you worried about the TikTok ban, well, I have one thing to say to you, and that one thing is YouTube. Okay, what are you doing watching TikTok anyway? Nobody listens to Tech No, Let's Go. Okay, there's a little edge here, like so, and like so. Now I'm going to cut this extra piece off. All right. Okay, so a little bit more to go. Just a wee smidge more. All right, here we go. Now we're ready to paint. We're ready to paint like my grundles of taint. We're ready to work like I'm dancing the twerk. What do you mean it's not called the twerk? Here we go. Now, this is one of those extra big rollers, so I tried to get the whole thing covered. I'm dripping. God damn it, Eric. That's because it's wet a little bit. That's fine, that's why I got a drop cloth and stuff. All right. Off to a good start. Okay, we're coating well, like perhaps like a coat room attendant at an old 1950s era dining establishment. Well, here's the seat. These walls get a second coat. Obviously, second coats are easier because you mostly have coverage already. But that doesn't mean that they're entirely effortless. Okay, let's move this a little closer to the wall, I think. Now I've got this dipped in a couple different spots. And I think I will go here. To finish up this side, except for touch-ups, of course. Okay. Now, there. Got plenty more paint on this. I'll use this to wipe my fingers off. And we're gonna finish this wall first, so at least the rolling part. Because I am gonna have, obviously, more work to do with the brush. For the edges, corners, etc. Okay. Okay. Now we got plenty of paint on this. Nicely coated. When it gets a little bit less in the pan, it'll be a little bit easier to work with in the pan, but that's alright. In the meantime, I'm gonna deal with this as it is. Okay. We go on the top there. Well, actually, we can do that later. Let me just, there we go. Now we're able to put this paint on it without quite so much rigmarole. So, I'm going to get over here to start, and then I'll move over here to touch up a little bit as well. Uh-oh. Drippity doo dah. Drippity day. Okay. So for touch-ups, I think this wall is done. Alright, now let's move on to this wall over here. Okay, so this is obviously very laden with paint. So let me start over here. There we go. Okay, start over here, put this back down. Okay. So I watched the USC women's basketball game this morning because I don't know if you're aware, if you don't follow women's college basketball, you might not know, but USC this year has one of the best teams in the country, returning all-world, now sophomore guard, Juju Watkins, who is an absolute beast. Anyway, today we played against a very respectable Indiana team. They're unranked, they were 12-5 going into the game. And USC looked as bad as I've seen them ever. Juju Watkins like 5 of 16. Kiki Irife was like around the same. We still won by 7 points easily going away, you know? That's how good that team is. Pretty cool. Obviously, I'm a big USC fan. Mostly, I like college football, but I'm very unlikely to watch college baseball, but I do like both women's and men's college basketball a lot more than I like professional basketball, that's for sure. The NBA is just a parade of free throws. Now, obviously, I haven't watched any WNBA. Like most people in the world, I have never watched the WNBA. But I'm assuming that it too is not as good as its college counterpart. There get a sip of drink. Hi, beautiful. Let me see what I do with my glasses. Look at there. Hi, Darker Crude. Hi, Crab with a Knife. Hi, Rachel Strauss. Hi, Putty Cat. Motown Philly back again. Big boils and bunions. You know what that reminds me of, Putty Cat? Reminds me of something I was thinking about earlier. Which was the Pompous Patriarch's Panoply of Papayas. It's like if I wanted to open a papaya store, I would title it Pompous Patriarch's Panoply of Papayas.
Wow! It's a mouthful.
As are papayas.
Sure.
Hi, Darker Crude. Pudding-inspired debauchery. Universal semen collectors. Universal semen collector, huh? That means they accept every type of semen. Type O, type B minus, type A. Universal semen collecting adapter. I feel a little bit. I got a moment of queasiness, maybe because the door was close, so I could get behind it, and it got a little fumy in there. So came out to have a sip of this iced tea. But we'll be back to the painting in a second. Don't you worry. If you're going to start yelling at me, why are you so lazy? I thought you were supposed to be painting. Well, I'll get right back to it. Just chill out. I think what I will do as far as fixing this tripod, I will try this. So I'm going to show you exactly what's wrong with the tripod, so you can see what I'm talking about. Oh, the porn star that did 1,000 people recently, she's a USC, a Universal Semen Collector.
Really? Oh.
So this is supposed to have this little metal thing around it to prevent this from going through all the way. But it came off or something, so I'm going to try it like this. $1,000 penises. That's my goal for the day. Last time I tried this, I had to quit at 970. It was so disappointing.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. So like somebody asked me, so do you want to do a gangbang? I'm like, yeah. And they're like, yeah, what? So like 2 guys, 3 guys, 4 guys? I said, no, 1,000. I need 1,000 dicks.
Sounds like it's like something something out of the Bible, you know, like this 1,000 days of night or whatever. But it's 100,000.
And in punishment because of the horror of OnlyFans, God sent a plague of dicks upon the people. And for 1,000 days, 1,000 dicks would slap people in the face every night. God didn't repeat that plague because he found too many people liked it. Okay, here we go. See?
Good
Now
job!
it doesn't go over it anymore. Good job, Eric. Thank you, Rachel.
You're welcome.
Let's get a little more paint on the wall, and then maybe we'll come back with a little smoking pot. Pot is a slang term. It's a slang term for marijuana.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, I was looking at the the numbers in the dashboard earlier, and it showed like the last stream I did had like 3,000 views. One before that had like 5,000. One before that 76,000 views, and the one before that, which was the morning of the one that got 76,000 views, had 85 views. So that's a wide range of numbers, right? From a live stream with 85 total views to a live stream with 76,000 total views all over the course of a few days. Pretty weird, huh? Alright. I guess we'll go on to this other wall over here now. Let's start here. "1,000 Dicks, the story of how goals turned me from an underachiever into the woman of my dreams." I'm picturing that lady, she's like a huge fan of like some Teal Swan or some other goals person, you know. And she writes a comment saying like, "Hello Teal Swan, thank you so much. If it hadn't been for your advice regarding goals, I never would have sucked 1,000 cocks in one day." So we're not entirely sure that's what I meant, so thank you. I used your Teal Swan cards. You know that one that's in the deck that says suck dick? That's not actually in my deck of cards. It's not? No. Well, I mean, it wasn't just your cards, Teal Swan. I also got suck dick when I pulled the tarot reading. Tarot decks also don't have a suck dick card. What's that one with the guy with the dog? That's the Fool. He looks like a cocksucker, right? Alright, now, gotta get above this closet here. Then we're gonna move on to this wall. And then we might go get the brush. Because I don't have a lot of paint of this color. I got 2 gallons. Thinking that would be enough for 2 bedrooms. It's proved to be only enough for 1. But I'm glad I only got 2 gallons because If we decide to do the other bedroom in a different color, then we're not married to this with a bunch of gallons of paint, right? Okay. Now let's do this wall over here. And then we'll come back over and get with the brush and stuff. This is tiring, but not nearly as tiring as last time. No, Eric. God. Again. Just wait till you get the brush to do that, dumbass. Alright. Okay, now I saw some drips somewhere. Where? Here. No, these are dried. Well, that won't do. So, I'll show you what I'm looking at here. I guess I left some drips here last time. I don't know if you can see them or not right here. Anyway, my message to drips is, no, you know, no. Not today, Satan. That's better. that corner with a brush. And I have to turn over to here, get the rest of this wall. Making my way in the world today means painting all these walls. Even the ones in the kitchen and also in the halls. Okay, so, well, there, don't be dummy. Do that with a brush. Okay. There we go. Rachel and I played some pinball the other day. I haven't played pinball in a long time. The pinball machine we were playing was themed the Addams Family. Anyway, we ended up having to just walk away from it because we were playing for too long, and then our food came, and I was like, why do I feel obligated to finish playing pinball? Let's just go sit down and eat. Alright. I see some more spots still there look like they've got poor coverage over here and a little bit on this wall over here too. Okay. I think I've mostly gotten the main wall parts. But okay. I think that's more or less it for the rolling part of the walls. Oh, Eric. Look at this horrible job I did. All right, guess that'll do. Oh, use the brush, you stupid fucking idiot. Stop trying to do that, dumbass. So now let's get the bottom over here. Oy vey, ay caramba, and ay ya. 3 different cultures, 3 different expressions of alarm slash no. Let's get along the bottom over here. Okay. I don't really see any other big wall spots that I need to get. Okay, I guess I'm about done with this roller. Okay, and I'm done with the roller here. Let's go get a brush. Let's put this roller back in the sink and get the brush. Let's also get a sip of beverage and smoke a little bit of weed.
It's looking good.
Thanks. Do we have some paper towels here?
I thought you brought some.
I must have run out of them. I don't see the paper towel roll in there. Toilet paper is fine, I guess, but. Not quite as ideal as paper towels. Say lovey. Okay.
Do you have any plastic grocery bags? Please wrap the roller in plastic. You
Oh, I wrapped it in saran wrap last time I left it, but I'm actually gonna throw that roller away. The only reason I haven't thrown it away right now is I want to make sure that I have no more parts of that wall to roll. I don't typically save rollers. Like, I got another bag of rollers. I say brushes, but not rollers. So, yeah. But before I do that, I'm going to. What did I do with my glasses this time? I'm gonna find my glasses. There
Do
we
you
go.
think this is livable for Reuben and Acacia?
When are they coming?
I don't know. After the 21st?
I mean, yeah, sure. It's totally livable. We can help me move this couch back against the wall.
Okay.
They're gonna have to deal with drop cloths on the floor, but
Okay.
you know.
Oh no, the sink.
What about the sink?
The faucet has paint all over it.
Oh, I'll get this cleaned up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's gonna be a little bits of paint on the counter, on the faucet and the sink and stuff. I'll get all that cleaned up when I'm done. That's just
Okay.
work area right now. I'm not too worried about it because paint will come up easy off of both the sink and this counter.
Alright, I didn't know.
I'm more worried about this floor here, but it was so filthy anyway, I figured it should come up off the floor, no problem anyway. At least the carpet's not going to get any paint on it because I have drop cloths over all the carpet.
Yeah.
Whiskey leads to creativity. Here you go, Putty Cat. Johnny Walker Black Label. There's just a little smidge left for you. Paddles as in boat paddles? I don't have any boat paddles. I need a bonger from our. They don't have the bong here. You're still shrooming Tater's house for 24/7? It only lasts 5.5 hours. All right. Can I see the weed pipe?
Of course. Where is the weed pipe? Ah.
Thank you for this pipe. I'll smoke it because it's ripe. What's right? Why, this is marijuana, of course. Trying to get any paint in the weed.
That's good.
There. It seems paint free.
Prison McPot said Eric is my spirit animal.
Oh yeah? Well then, your spirit animal is the Andean flamingo.
Yes. How do you think the Andean flamingo and the bog turtle met? They make a good kid story.
Well, I think the bog turtle started walking from the edge of one bog he was in. One day she was in. And she's like, I gotta get out of this bog. It's too crowded. She started walking. She started noticing it was kind of going up hills. But she couldn't stop to find another bog. Well, before she knew it, she had climbed all the way to near the top of the Andes Mountains.
Oh!
And there, an unusual Andean flamingo, because normally Andean flamingos, they kind of just stick with their own type.
Alright.
But there was one Andean flamingo who was kind of a rebel. He was always standing on one leg, and with the other leg that he wasn't standing on, he was giving him the finger.
Oh!
Anyway, he's like, oh, hey, you're cute. What are you doing up here? She's like, I'm a bog turtle. I seem to have misplaced the bogs. And he's like, well, why don't I give you a ride back? I can fly, you know, I'm a flamingo. You can fly? Yeah, but I can't swim. That's why I have to stand in water on one leg. And the bog turtle's like, but do you really have to stand on one leg? Couldn't you stand on both legs? And that was what revolutionaries standing among the Andean flamingos.
Oh my gosh! Wow, what a story.
Yeah. Animal naturalists Animal biologists. What do they call marine biologists
Yeah.
for land animals?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know either. Just
Biologists?
animalians. They were astonished.
They couldn't predict?
Well, they didn't know that Indian flamingos could do that, but what was even more astonishing was when they realized the Indian flamingo didn't even fly her back to the bog. He flew her to a nearby capybara, got on the back of the capybara, who then rode a crocodile all the way down to the bog.
Now, how did the Indian flamingo and the box turtle pursue each other again?
Yeah, actually, Indian flamingo ended up hanging out at the bog and doing drugs with the turtle for a long time, for weeks afterwards.
Wow!
Yeah, and when he finally got back, like, where have you been? He's just like, trip out on this. Did you know the capybaras ride on the back of crocodiles? Hey, what, sweet cheeks?
Thanks. Sweet cheeks too. I was explaining to everyone how I have high hips shouldn't draw minutes.
I do have high hips.
Even if you had a belt on those.
They still fall down all the time, yeah. Alright, so let's get this brush.
Oh no, because says you're missing a great game tonight.
Oh, I'm gonna watch it when I get back. Don't say anything about
Don't
it.
say anything.
Don't. I gotta pause where I left off. So.
Oh good. I would like to watch that game too.
Yeah, don't tell me what happens. All right, and we won't be here that much longer either because, I'm almost done in here. The corners and stuff. Obviously, it's nothing to do with the trim and whatnot, but. So we're gonna get all the corners here with this brush, which is obviously more well suited for corners than the roller. And we're gonna get all along the watchtower, aka the baseboard as well. Okay. Get there. Make sure there aren't any bare spots. I see right here we have a need for some touching up. So, got that, good. And go along top here, fine. Now let's go to this crack over here. There. I've got a question. Why does everybody want to test me for diabetes? as far as I can tell, nobody has any reason to think I have diabetes. Yet, they all want to test me for it. No one knows why. Alright. Let's go on the bottom here. Make sure that's all nice and mad. For these drips on the baseboard, I'm going to go around this baseboard at the end, pull up this tape and stuff, and I'm going to scrape all those drips off. It's probably just a little more efficient than avoiding drips there. To just scrape them off. Alright. Now let's go along the top here. Well, first let's go here. Here we get all the crack part. Then we're going to go along the top here. Okay, a little bit better. Well, go to the top there as well. Okay. Get that crack there. An infinite loop of fuckery. That's what I think of doctors' referrals as being. Because I think if doctors had their way, all referrals would be a circle. I refer you to Dr. B, Dr. B refers you to Dr. C, Dr. C refers you to Dr. D, who then refers you back to Dr. A. If we really care about America, that's how we do things. Okay, well, not gonna be as exactly perfect as I want it to be because, you know, it's not quite dry there at the bottom, so it's gonna be hard to make sure I've gotten every little last spot. It helps to look at things with this light, though. Down here needs more. Okay. Now we'll get around this window, I guess, after this box down here. A little bit more. There. Alright. So now we're going to get around this window. Okay. That bit seems done pretty okay. Let's get this corner down there. That seems done pretty okay. Now, ooh. This is tiring but wiring. I guess I could put it like this. That touch anything at the front of it. Alright. Okay. And that's fine. go over to this side. Gosh darned it. There's another drippity do. Horrible. Okay. Right. But okay, I'm gonna get the bottom here and corner it a little bit more down there, upper corner too. So come along here first. Okay, we'll just dipsy-dilly-do along this way. Okay. Now, let me get this corner back here. Okay, let's just get right there, best I can. Good. Okay. Now let's go to this corner. Okay, so this is coming along here. Okay. So this is done pretty well now. I'm just getting that little extra drips off the edge here. And I see we've got a little bit of this top edge needs to be gone over again here. Might be up here as well. Okay, now let's do this top edge. We'll just give it the old pushity push. Push it as close to the edge as we can without getting it on the ceiling. All right. Now, I'm going to get this top right up in here. And on the bottom here, which clearly needs it. Yeah, it's hard to get a second coat on properly before while your first coat there is still drying. So that's fine. Let's get a little bit more here. That's looking good. All right, next we're going to get, right, this top here, top over there some. Maybe we'll come back to the window after that. Did I get underneath the window? Yeah, I did. Okay, here we go along the top. This can be a little tricky because obviously you don't want to get any of this on the ceiling, but I want to get all of the previous color covered, which sometimes goes all the way up to as high as you can go, you know? So that's fine, just takes a little bit of care. Not difficult, just can't really rush it. So we're gonna get up there in the corner so that none of that previous blue shows through. All right. Now let's go over to this wall again. We'll go along the top over there too. We've also got this part of the bottom here needs it, I think. And sometimes I think what I'm seeing is a reflection of green from the tape. That's definitely not what's going on here. This is showing through. Of course, this was very much like not gotten at all when we first got the bottom tonight, so it's gonna be tough to make it all good with being fully coated. But I will have a little bit more of this paint in the can for any last touch-ups I need to do. So, I do have a little bit more. All right. Let me get underneath this thing. All right, now we're gonna go along the top. Any last top spots that need to be gotten. A little fumey in here. Okay, I'm gonna get this top edge here where the gray is still seeable a little bit. This corner could use a little more coverage. Okay, what now? Yeah? I think, okay, there's a little bit edge right here. Needs to be gotten. Okay. Well, it's a good thing I spend so much time working out at the gym, because otherwise this would be really difficult for me. What with all the lifting my arms up and putting them down. So I pick a location arms. Okay. I see thin spot here. thin spot here. Okay. Let me get along here again. Since I've only gotten there once. We'll get this. I gotta say, I thought Dave Chappelle's monologue for the SNL anniversary show was excellent. Made me think, you know what, this guy is qualified to be my vice president. Keeping in mind, of course, that vice presidents don't have to do very much, so they don't require a shit ton of qualifications. Okay. A little bit more on the bottom there. If you do on the top of it here a bit more. Okay. A little bit more up here. Okay. Of course, I know as soon as I put this down and then look at this again, I will see spots that I missed. It's just unavoidable. I'm going to try to avoid it by getting as good a coverage as I can of everything before I put this away. Alright. this corner a little bit more. I'm just being a bit of a stubborn lover. Cause I like the idea of you. Mm-hmm. This one I need to get down this edge here. A little tricky there, but certainly gettable. Stop falling down! The pants are always falling down. It's super annoying. That's why I got overalls. And I'm sorry, but if those fat cats down in Washington think we're gonna put up with any more of this, they got another thing coming. I like the onion. And then, okay, see, we've got some of the bottom down here I need to get again. Right down there at the bottom. Wow. Okay. Well, fuck me around until Tuesday evening, that's when I'll know I'm done. Fuck me around until Tuesday evening, that's how it's such fun. Alright. Guess we're done-ish. Well, what would you do on a Sunday evening? Write some terrible songs about lemons. Stand by the lemon tree. Thanks. It is a classic. Here's another classic. Please don't boil me alive. I'm not even 5 times ready enough for that. Don't boil me alive. I've got a hide, but please now, geez, won't you leave, please, please? Don't boil me alive. Okay. Ow. I scraped my butt and it's gonna be hurting. Yeah, I just scraped my butt. Hey now, I scraped my butt. Okay. I think a little bit more right there. Okay. I don't see a lot of other spots that they don't really look like they need to be gotten. So. Okay. I feel like Rachel's listening to musical theater or something. What happened to the neighbors? I don't know. Let's open the window and see if we can hear it. You dirty rat. Yeah, it's the neighbors. I don't recognize it, but it's my initial assessment says it's not good, but not necessarily unlistenably terrible, whatever it is they're listening to. Yeah, that's a pretty low standard to me. Not unlistenably terrible. But it makes me think like, oh, maybe those people were fun. They listen to music on Sunday night. Of course, at some point, if the music you listen to is bad enough, then it really doesn't matter what day you're listening to it. But it's not like this is like the Dave Matthews Band or something. It's just some kind of pointless lady singer-songwriter stuff, you know? All right. Yes, I would like to use up all this pan of paint, but I really just don't think there's any place else I need to get. So, we just have to let a little bit of this paint go to waste. Yeah, come in.
Looks great.
Where'd you go?
I went outside to get the Pepsi.
Oh, I forgot about that. Thank you.
The neighbors are having a little bonfire party.
Yeah, I opened the windows so I could hear what they were listening to. Doesn't really sound very good.
No, it isn't. I agree. I don't know what it is that they're listening to, but I thought the same thing.
Yeah, well, that doesn't surprise me that you and I were both correct about it.
Are like, I don't know, it seems...
Right, that seems fine. I was just saying that, I guess, while you were outside on the live stream. The music doesn't sound like it's good, but in general, people who play music on Sunday night seem like fun people.
Yeah.
Although, if they were blasting D&B, maybe not.
I'm thinking we draw the line.
You gotta draw the line somewhere.
Yeah. We can't forget that we have the power outage tomorrow.
We won't forget because we'll get up and there won't be any internet, and we will scream and run naked into the street. you'd like, when we could go over there and introduce ourselves to them.
Sure.
If they look like they're open to the idea.
Yeah, I tried to wave.
They're like, don't wave. Whatever you do, don't wave back. I want to make sure you don't come over here and start talking to us. This bottom part here being difficult, needlessly difficult, because it wasn't really single coated when I got to it tonight. It was just kind of undone. So it's gonna be hard to get that proper coverage with just one coat, but it's not impossible. I didn't bring you flowers, call my name. And now you're dancing with another man. And his name's Francois. It was bad enough when I heard you were dating somebody new. When I heard he was named Francois, I was just about beside myself. I said to you, please tell me he's not from Quebec. And you said the words I dreaded to hear most. He is from Quebec. Well, I'm sorry, I don't date people whose cities start with the letter Q. Not even if they're from Queensland? Nope. What about if they're from Montreal? There is no Montreal. You're thinking about Quebec. Oh God, I gotta close this window. This music is worse than I thought. What kind of freaking auto-tune holocaust is this shit? Can you guys hear that? I hope that track's titled Auto-Tune Holocaust. Okay, I guess that's gonna about do it. I have all of this paint left in this pan. I'm gonna try to pour this back in the can mostly, and then I'll still have the can to work with for additional touch-ups. Which there probably will be a few spots here and there. I should have sent you flowers. I mean, the song is so bad. Wow, listen to this. I want you guys to listen to this because it's shockingly terrible. Okay, Eric, okay, we get it. Take me away from this song. All right, I'm sorry I made you listen to that for such a long time. I don't blame you for being outraged and traumatized. Okay, that'll do. Well, that is going to do it for tonight. I don't see any other spots that you get necessarily. The next stage is going to be either a different room or the trim in here, so. Okay. Okay. It can be hard for us to understand how people can have such bad taste in music, you know? But the answer is they're lacking in intuition, and so they just kind of like what they become familiarized with without any consideration of whether it's good or not. It's not their fault. They can't help it. Obviously, if they knew any better, they wouldn't be listening to that garbage. It's like the biscuits rule applies less to music than to other things. If biscuits were shit, nobody would eat them. But it doesn't apply to music at all. You can have terrible, terrible music that lots of people listen to for reasons, like I said, that will never be understandable to somebody who's correct about it. But the gist of it is they prioritize familiarity over quality. Eric, why are you so snobby? Because the alternative to being snobby is listening to terrible music. If you can tell the difference between terrible music and good music, you're obviously going to be kind of snobby about it. Okay, Wall. walls, room, friends, Romans, country, you're done. No good will come of me just putting more paint on random places for no reason. I guess this one spot up here looks kind of gray. That's better. Okay. All right, we're done. As I said, it doesn't mean I'm not going to need to do another touch-up or two in there. It just means that's about as good as I can get it right now without looking at it again after everything's dried. It's pretty well full coated, you know?
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm going to put this paint back into this gallon here.
I think you did a great job.
Thanks, Charlie. Alright, so now I certainly can throw away this roller. Be a little messy to throw it away right now, but kind of easier to deal with when it's dried. Well, let's see. You dirty rat. Okay.
Crab with a knife says, yeah, good work, not as easy as it seems.
What? I'm sorry, say again?
Crab with a knife says, yeah, good work. Thumbs up. It's not as easy as it seems.
No, it's not, and for any other kind of work, stuff like this, I probably can't do it even passably well, but I just, like I said, I had so much experience in life painting, and painting for my parents, my dad especially, was not partial to poorly done work.
Yeah.
I'm sure he would shake his head and if he saw this even. Aw, son. Those are like my two least favorite words throughout growing up. Aw, son. And then like, oh God, what did I do this? And you know, the thing is also, Rachel, regarding Akeisha and Ruben, if in fact they find this too much of a work site, they can always stay upstairs.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That, like, you know, if they find that it's too hard to get around in here, that they can stay upstairs.
Well, I mean, we would move the furniture back and stuff, so it's not like you have to walk around furniture, like,
Yeah.
but they may find they don't like it because of the drop cloths and stuff, you know. But we'll see when they get here and how much I've gotten done too.
Yeah.
Now it's time for a relaxing cigarette. Then we'll, at that point, be about ready to head home. But before I can have a relaxing cigarette, I need to find my relaxing jacket. Here it is. Here's my relaxing jacket. This jacket is for the purpose of relaxation. This is a stirring stick. As you can see, I did a little stirring with it last time. Well, actually, I don't think I really stirred with it. I just used this to move the roller around a little bit. All right. Let's go now. Let's turn this light off. Let's look at here one last time. Rachel, you want to come look at this? What is going on here? Are those drips? Oh. Yeah, they were drips, but I got it. I fixed it. Okay, well, I guess Rachel's not gonna come. Let's see, like right there, I've got like a bearish spot. So this is gonna need another round of touch-ups, but let's leave it be for now. And the last round of touch-ups won't require too much touching up though. Got another drip here. Eric. Do you want to be a drippy drippers? Is that your life's ambition? You want to just go around dripping paint everywhere? Because if that's what you have in mind, mister, you can count me out. Alright, good enough. I'm going to close this window. Turn off this light. Puggity. And then pew. Right there. Put that on, off. And then we'll go have our cigarette. And we'll sip some delicious iced tea while we're doing it. Doesn't that sound delightful? I think you're going to love it.
I think it does.
We didn't even turn on. That's right. The porch light. Not very bright, but it's better than nothing. It's yellow, see? Like you, because you're a coward. No, you're not a coward. You're fine.
I'm a coward.
No, you're just sensible.
Thanks.
Does this look moody? Like does this give the stream a certain mood, this yellow light? And if so, is the mood bordello or like Halloween? Do you know what we built this city out of? If you guessed rock and roll, you guessed correctly. Don't worry, I got my iced tea. If you're like most people, you were panicking over that.
You're so funny, Aaron.
Thanks, Rachel. I love you.
I love you.
This piece of tape. Does it depend if you start at the top or the bottom? How can you tell when a man has too much protein in his diet? That's disgusting, Darko. No, I'm not Santa. What dries sooner, semen or paint? I don't know. I've never tried to. The lives here are like this, except normally I'm talking a lot more and doing a lot less. But I do live stream every time I come over and paint too. So, you know, I discuss a variety of things. Normally, though, the primary thing I do is read the chat, whatever people say, and respond to that. So, for example, C. Robbins notes that we built this city on crack and meth, 90% of America. Well, that must be why it's so meticulously well done. Brism McPot. Brism. What does brism mean anyway? Is it like a prism? It's like a bitch prism? Nah, dog, that ain't no prism. You got yourself a brism. Bear resisting isolation seeking mate. Is that what it? Oh, you misspelled Brian. Oh. Fair enough. You know, if I were you, having misspelled my first name, I'd just change it to Brism. This is a channel you can find yourself and really come to terms with your inner spirit. I've been coming here for years and my soul is cleansed. Oh, I didn't know I had that. I didn't know I'd left the soul cleanse function turned on. I mean, what this live stream is just basically me, me talking about various things that are going on either in my life or in the world. Sometimes I'll like wake up mad at somebody and I'll start streaming and say, "This person makes me mad, and I woke up mad, and now I'm gonna complain about them." Sometimes I wake up mad at, say, Rachel's brother, for example, or at the doctor who who failed to do anything at the urgent care when my dad went there, and I yelled at her, and she didn't want to be yelled at. They never want to be yelled at. I don't mind telling you everything I know. Uh, I've heard about it. Uh, I'm not quite sure why people want to ban it or how that could be constitutional unless the only argument is that it's a national security threat, in which case I can see them making an exception for it. But I've not heard exactly like what I would call evidence that it is, but maybe maybe that's asking too much. I don't know. I was actually thinking, I wonder if TikTok was down on Thursday night, and that's why we got 76,000 people viewing the stream. But it turns out, no, it wasn't down Thursday night. It was just down for a little while last night, I guess. I don't think TikTok is a publicly held company. But I could be wrong about that. What do you think would qualify it? The money that moves through it? No, I mean, if if TikTok is in fact a espionage Trojan horse, essentially created by the Chinese government for the purpose of doing illegal and or surreptitious data mining on Americans, then I could understand, I guess, what the argument is. But Timu's the same way. Well, Timu, you buy actual objects, though, right? So I don't know. It wouldn't, from a practical standpoint, I wouldn't mind if they banned TikTok because presumably the Americans watching TikTok would move over to YouTube. But that's not. I don't make decisions of what we should do based on what's practically useful to me. What? When does the Congress actually care about people's actual security? I mean, I think they do care about it. I think probably most people in elected to office do care. The problem is never a lack of caring, right? Like, passion is the problem with politics, not dispassion. The problem is people caring a lot and thinking accordingly, oh my God, we have to do something, and not being intuitive enough to understand that taking action requires a great deal of careful justification and planning and stuff like that. There's lots of unintended consequences, etc. But like, did Congress pass this ban? Because it's clearly unconstitutional unless they need to make some arguments in front of the court to justify it.
I don't fully understand it.
I don't really either, but what I do understand is that politicians like to do stuff. It makes them feel like they've accomplished something.
Yeah.
And that's a terrible way to go. Alright. The lid is back on the paint. And we just need to turn off some lights and some heaters and stuff, and we'll be ready to go. And while I was imagining myself probably ending this stream before we went home, I think I'll take you guys with me.
Yeah.
And we can continue streaming in bed at home.
That sounds pleasant.
Except the only thing about this is, I forgot. My reasoning here was I want to watch the football game.
Oh, yeah.
So I think I am going to end this stream because when I get home, I want to watch the football game. I've got time saved up. I don't know what happened. Don't tell me. And so, if I'm still up later tonight, maybe I'll start streaming again. But for now, I'm going to bid you all a very fond farewell and hope you sleep like an angel, a dog, a log, and a rock all combined.